Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grip Locked, Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor. And before we get into today's episode, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor for today's episode. Autumn is in the air, the pumpkins are in the patch, and our friends at Manscaped are here to make sure you don't carve your pants pumpkins when you're grooming, if you know what I'm saying. Make sure you're keeping things fresh this fall with the leaders in male grooming and their brand new 4th generation performance package. Join the 2 million men worldwide using Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GRIPLOCKED.
It's time to bundle up with the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies.
Then, after trimming your pumpkin patch and whacking them leaves, give your balls a boost with the Crop Reviver. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts in their performance package, the boxers and the Shed travel bag. That way you can remain comfy and cozy no matter where you find yourself this fall. Don't forget to get 20% off and free shipping with the code GRIPLOCKED at manscaped.com. That's one word, GRIPLOCKED. It'll give you 20% off and free shipping. To make your balls a priority this fall and choose Manscaped, your balls will thank you.
Well said.
Just handing stuff out.
Let's hop into GMC.
Every time I hear GMC, I just think of trucks.
Trucks. The GMC
Trucks.
Sierra. Actually, legit though, that's kind of my dream truck. White with the black grill.
You have a Tacoma. You're not allowed to talk about other
Yeah,
trucks.
dude. How would you be loyal?
But if I ever wanted a full-size truck.
I think that the white Tacoma with the
white
black
Tacoma
trim
is
is
also
pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah. But GMC, we declared MVP as the official start of the fall season last week.
I think it's
GMC
funny.
is now the full swing
We talk
of fall.
about the East Coast swing all year long, and then it lasts like 3 events and the season's over.
Yeah, we need more East Coast golf.
Yeah.
Let's get a pro tour in Florida.
I know. They're missing like Florida should definitely have a pro tour.
Why
event.
doesn't the Florida...
Because we don't go,
the
I guess
swing
like
should
after
start-
Jonesboro.
Let's redo the whole tour. The tour starts...
Scrap it.
starts in the southeast, Florida. Makes its way through Texas, up the California coast, down to the Midwest, up to the Northeast, then down to USDGC.
Florida would be a cool
Full
stop.
loop. Florida in March
Go
sounds
back
amazing.
to like Climo's stomping grounds.
Anyways, GMC.
People get eaten by alligators, though.
That's
It's
exciting.
not alligator season
media.
in March.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
Alligators
Sorry.
are only out in August.
You don't know anything about alligators. You're
Yeah,
from
bro,
Texas.
you don't know anything about Florida, man. GMC results. Chris Dickerson was able to take it down by 3.
Dude,
no one saw this coming.
Listen, I need to like protect my ego or my like just my entire status as anybody who can be an analyst, because this one TikTok account keeps killing me. 2 weeks in a row now. The first time I said Hammonds has not played that well this year, he won. I then said Dickerson was an awful pick. You're like, your picks are trash. He won. So I'm pretty sure anybody that I say is not going to play well next week is going to win. So I can be bought for that. If you want to DM me and swing me like some free merch
How
or
many
something.
times are you two going to be like, I can be bought? All you got to do is DM me.
That's
Our
because Connor and I
integrity
got
is
that Ricky
very
Wysocki
low.
mentality, man. We'll sign cards with our little polo cut up in it. We'll do anything, man. We're about the hustle life.
Speaking of Ricky, he came in second, and then we had Paul and
Rick.
Andrew Presnell tie for 3rd. Sneaky Prez getting
Rick's
in there.
Twitter came in first. If you know, you know.
On FPO, Haley won by 1. Sarah
You know
Holcomb
what?
came in 2nd, and Paige Pierce rounded out the 3rd.
Kudos for Haley for holding on to that lead, to be honest, because like that was tough. Like,
Well, it's a very similar storyline on MPO and FPO.
Yeah.
We had Chris and Haley going into the final round with a decent lead, and then we had different people challenging those leads throughout the round, and then Chris and Haley being able to hold on.
Chris Dickerson, man.
I told you he was going to win. To be
I would
fair,
just
I've
like
been
to
expecting
say-
something out of MJ and Chris for 3 or 4 weeks now.
I'd like to say that we all think about Chris Dickerson as like Mr. Putting accuracy type guy, and then Paul comes in here today and says that Chris Dickerson can throw further than Paul, like that he can.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's hard not to believe him. Like you don't usually self put down yourself if like you're not.
But it wasn't a situation of like trying to prove a different point that Chris Dickerson throws farther than Kyle Klein.
That's true.
So it was a unique situation.
It's up in the air, but
it is up in the air.
Chris Dickerson throws
I have
far.
played with Chris and I have played with Paul. Paul's distance has surprised me more than Chris's distance. I think Chris can like rip one farther than Paul, but I think Paul has a farther golf line. If that makes sense.
That makes
That
sense.
makes sense. Let's make that our stance on Chris Dickerson.
That's our stance on Chris Dickerson's distance. Regardless,
Don't say that too many times fast. Continue.
regardless, when we get to the East Coast swing, I'm always going to pull for Chris. Also, I've heard several people say like, oh, Chris would be a lot better if he played more.
Yeah,
But he realistically, yeah, you've said it.
He
Brody said it.
He missed 5 Pro Tour / National Tour events this year. We went over this. That's a lot. We were like,
did we go over this on the podcast?
No, we went over this because I said that, and then Hunter was like, no, like he's been in pretty much everything, and he like started proving me wrong, and I was like, oh shoot, maybe I was wrong.
He just missed a middle chunk.
5 Pro Tour / National Tour events he missed. That's a lot.
But he also played more than you thought.
He did.
He was
but
at
still 5 is a lot.
Waco, Texas State, Open and Belton Silver Series,
He's not a
Jonesboro
full-time tour
Open,
still. He's not a
Vintage
full-time-
Open,
he's not a
Silver Series.
full-time
I would
tour.
say he is. Mid-America Open, Dynamic Disc Open, because all he did was in this middle section.
So would you consider like Paul and Ricky and them like full time because they're touring more?
But like, what is full time? Like you have to play
They're
every
overtime.
single event.
I would say like you're gonna miss maybe 1 or 2 at most on National Tour / Pro Tour. Like
Eagle probably missed more than that this season.
And we know
Eagle not
that
full-time?
Chris Dickerson like purposely. It's not like he's just like I only like playing events here and there. He's purposely not traveling out west. Like
But
that's
not.
That's like
he
part
went
of
to Memorial this
That
year.
was the
didn't
first
he?
time he's flown in his life. He said.
Yeah, but I think that stigma of purposely not going out west is not. It used to be it didn't make financial sense. Now it's like I really like Huck Central, Tennessee States.
I'm just saying.
I'm choosing to play those over. Because then he was
just
back at
wonder, man.
Worlds, Deglow, Ledgestone,
I like Chris Dickerson a
Idlewild,
lot.
Delaware.
I want to see him on
MVP.
tour more. It's like I like rooting for Chris Dickerson.
I think I would say he's
As
full time tour.
as a robot chicken, as they call him, fan. I want to see him on tour more. That's all I'm saying.
I
I'm
agree.
a fan of Chris Dickerson.
I would like to see him play those
I
events.
like rooting for him, and he's a very like
He just missed
fun
the
player to watch.
the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah,
he missed that little.
I
chunk.
want to see him up there. You know, apparently he throws farther than everybody, according to Paul. So let's
That
see
would
him
be
on
a great place to watch
everybody.
it.
He said it. His words, not mine.
That would be a great place to watch it. Is up there. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get on like the Portland Open course and just let loose. I feel like he's probably got a sneaky, dirty roller game too.
Yeah, I could see a roller game.
I bet he lays down
greatest
those
roller,
those H3 V2s, man.
the
Just
greatest roller I've
toss
ever
him down.
seen was from Chris Dickerson.
what was
It
it?
was at Mayflower Hills. Surely I've told. It's the greatest shot I've ever
on the
seen.
net hole,
Period.
the long one?
No.
Oh.
It's the greatest shot I've ever seen in my life.
What?
Mayflower.
Oh, you told me about this.
So there's a par 4 that's hole 12, I believe. It's kind of along a creek. The creek plays along the creek at Mayflower. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait. Okay.
You tee up on the side of the hill. It's a super tight forehand.
Yes.
Layup shot?
It's the scramble one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so he hits this
Yes.
first tree.
Super tough hole.
Hits a first tree, goes immediately left on a pretty decently long par
This
4.
hole is like, if you don't get
Very
off the tee,
hard.
you're jailed.
And he went straight left, has nothing. He decides to take a D6 and throw a
Great
I
forehand.
didn't even know they made that.
Yeah, I had like 4 of them.
Threw a
Great.
forehand
One's supposed to.
into the side of the hill in front of him, basically. It rode the hillside like this, cut down, jumped the creek somehow, still on cut angle, then got into the fairway, decided it was going to stand up in the middle of the fairway, slowly stood up as it still pushed forward, and then curled back and went around the basket to 30 feet.
He birdied
Oh
He
my
birdied it.
gosh.
From
That's
being-
awesome.
That's so
From being
far.
tee high.
that was a backhand or a forehand?
It was a forehand roller into the side of the hill.
That's
it was
crazy.
So far.
Zach Melton and him were battling out, and then I was on lead card with another local guy, and we were battling out for third, but like 10 strokes behind them after one
Yeah.
round. And Zach Melton at that point in the round had like got it tight, and I was standing next to him, and after he goes, "Well, I lost." After he saw Chris throw that shot, it was just like game over because like that was a momentum builder too of like.
He's like, I'm getting at
crazy.
least 2
I'm
strokes
getting at least
here.
a few strokes, and then Chris is like, "Nope, birdie." I don't
It's
even think
like-
Zach birdied
yeah,
the
it's
hole.
like, let me
Zach
take a
was in the middle of
stroke
the
on
fairway,
you.
and I think he parred the hole.
You got
and
big
lost the stroke.
rollered. Yeah,
Big rollered.
Big wheeled.
Big wheel. They just keep on turning.
That's incredible. I mean, that hole is very difficult.
There's fruit flies flying around here, and so if you hear me randomly clap during this episode, it's because I'm trying to get them.
It's okay.
Where was I at? Oh, another thing that GMC, which I actually didn't hear this brought up by anyone, but apparently it was a bigger issue among the players, but it wasn't like publicized a lot, were the tee pads.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so Brody showed me a few videos of players slipping on the tee pads.
Oh, they were
They were
slippery.
pavers. And apparently in the like players group, a lot of players also were posting back and forth, like talking about it. Which the only thing I wanted to bring up is it kind of surprises me.
What
that
do you mean by pavers? They're just cement?
Like they're like,
Like the,
cement
like-
individual like squares.
Okay.
What used to be
Yeah.
at Falling Creek.
what they
Gotcha.
used to
The like
have.
square 1 foot by 1 foot brick paver. Well, not brick,
Oh, yeah,
but like
yeah.
concrete pavers.
I understand, yeah.
But why I wanted to bring it up is it more so is something that surprises me that the Pro Tour hasn't like standardized yet.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, when we're coming and it's going to be a Pro Tour event here,
Well, there needs to be standard tee pads and baskets.
and baskets. That was the second thing. The baskets I think are much easier to do because
because somebody
sleeves are pretty much universal,
right?
Or if they're not, you
And
can
if
just have a
and
metal
if you
fitting.
are a company, let's say you're Innova, and like there's a bid for becoming the official basket of the Pro Tour, you're absolutely submitting that, because think about it. If you are the official basket of the Pro Tour, forget about the fact that your basket's being on display on tour every single week. You're also like, if you're putting in a course, you're like, well, why don't we want to put in the course that the baskets that pros are playing on? You know? So like, you're going to want to use those baskets.
I think the only thing that's holding it back right now is manufacturers sponsor a lot of events. So like Ledgestone is Discraft's event.
So they would never have
If Innova
discounters.
was the official basket of the Pro Tour,
Get hairy.
although unless maybe it was like a situation where the disc catcher is the official basket and the Pro Tour advertises it, but then you can have like a non-Innova, like their Pro Tour wrapped baskets. Maybe where like everyone knows they're Innova baskets, but they don't have Innova's logo on them.
Maybe at least it has to come down to the Pro Tour standardizing. Like, manufacturers need to make a basket that fits their standards, and
maybe that's it.
And it ends up looking pretty much the same except for just their logo, tall star.
I just think that it wouldn't be that hard to like sell that package, and then the Pro Tour's carrying around 18 baskets or 25 or something, so they can practice
absurd.
And just put them in the
It
pen.
is absurd when you think about it, that like from course to course, you literally are playing on like a different target.
But some people like that, fan wise and player wise, because it like makes players it adds an element to putting. Of like,
well, I mean,
I have heard Ricky say like, oh well, the baskets this week I'm working on my spin putt a lot more because I'm gonna need a spin putt on them versus my normal putt.
If we're gonna be talking about that though, let's just make the basket smaller.
That's also true.
Yeah, or like make the official Pro Tour basket.
Let's just make it the marksman,
or just like the mock, whatever, like the mock baskets that are like, they're pretty nice, but they're kind of skinny.
Mach 3,
like at is it the Mach 3? The ones you putt with at like the Steady Ed course, Ed Hedrick course at IWGC or whatever it is. IDGC.
Are those not the veteran baskets?
No, those are mock baskets, and they're like, you go from putting on like the Chain Star Pros that were like massive on the Warner course, or the disc catchers.
They might have been Mach 5s.
I think they're Mach 5s, and they're like, they catch pretty well, but like you got to hit pole.
Yeah, you got to be. It's got to be a really good putt.
They're pretty tough.
Some would even say it's got to be a perfect putt.
They don't exist. The perfect putt has still not happened
It
yet.
wouldn't surprise me if like the Pro Tour came out and was like, in order for us to come to your course and have it be a Pro Tour, the tee pads need to be XY dimension and made of like approved.
I'd say, what's the approved material? In my opinion, textured concrete is good. I mean, it tears up shoes, but it is like probably technically the best as far as grip. It's never going to be slippery, really.
Turf.
If it's done well. And then like a good turf with like, that's not like super slick, but I feel like I'd usually don't have problems on turf.
No, if it's good turf, you won't have a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something I thought is weird that it's not standardized yet. Those two things.
Yeah, it's just them.
Everything else seems to kind of
like it's just them, I guess, trying to protect certain courses that definitely couldn't afford it, because so many courses.
But that's what I'm saying is the Pro Tour would bring the baskets.
I'm talking about for the tee pads.
Oh, for the tee pads. For the tee pads.
Yeah.
Maybe
interesting.
I wonder if the Pro Tour could find a way of like being able to put turf over tee pads. Like we roll up and we like roll turf out over the tee pad.
That's a lot, though.
Ground.
I mean, I think maybe it should be part of their
idea.
Maybe it'll be part of their budget for a season. Like, hey, let's make it like so that we can make sure these courses are up to standard with like our tee pads. Because yeah, it's expensive, but if it's only a few courses that you got to do it on, like, I don't know. Or maybe
like the Pro Tour
maybe
paying
they're
to
just
upgrade
going to go extra cutthroat. Maybe like, hey, guess what? We're not going anywhere that doesn't have these tee pads, and then some courses are just going to get knocked out of the way, and that's just how it's going to be.
That's true.
Like, they can do that if they want. There is enough disc golf courses in the country that are good enough for Pro Tour events and have the right tee pads. I'm sure.
I was gonna say if a course is good enough for the Pro Tour, there's enough money being put into that course that they could do new tee pads. I'd almost guarantee it.
I'm saying if they're anything like the Bedford Parks and Rec, they can put those tee pads in. Like,
there's nobody like the Bedford Parks.
It is incredible.
There's no one like the Bedford
You just
Parks
like blink and like there's just new tee pads.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
The other thing I thought GMC and Smuggler's Notch is a great example of is a new an opportunity for the sport I haven't really thought of. We've always talked about private courses being the future, right?
Not really the future, but like things that.
Well, for the future of the Pro Tour.
Okay, yeah.
Private courses have to be the future of the Pro Tour.
Yes.
Ski resorts and lodges. They already have a great land.
They're not using it.
Pretty much all have trail systems and stuff cut into that land. and it's their off season when the Pro Tour season is going on.
Yeah.
And it allows for it to be like an event where the players can all come into Smuggler's Notch.
Well, that's toboggan, right? Toboggan course is that.
Yeah, but I don't know if that has like a resort feel.
What's the one there? I know there's at least one course that's semi-famous that like there's a hole that literally you're following a ski lift.
That's Deglow. Or no, it's a different course.
There's a different course.
Because it's the course of Lane King through like, she like 2 to like 1,000 foot bowl
I think Am Worlds was there one year. Or some
Am World's at Toboggan.
or Junior Worlds.
Toboggan used to have a ski lift hole. I think we're thinking of 2 different courses or 3 different courses.
I know. I've definitely seen courses before that like you obviously can tell it's a ski resort.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily talking about that because
maybe that's what it is.
But that's what Smuggler's Notch. You can't really tell it's a ski resort when they're playing the courses. Right. But I'm sure that a lot of the preliminary rough cutting was done by like access road and stuff like that.
Well, it's the same thing that Maple Hill's done with the Christmas Tree Farm. I think maybe you're right. Like the future of private disc golf courses isn't just, hey, let's buy this massive piece of land and make it a disc golf course. You can't sustain that.
Well,
But you can take a property or a business that already has a ton of land and only uses it during the winter primarily, or at least like or maybe just they have a ton of land and there's a whole wooded section of it that they're not even using. They just own that land, and there you go.
Well, because what made me think about it was last night on debate night. When we were shooting debate night, Brody was saying like, why aren't people like traveling to play courses? Like, why isn't it like a disc golf weekend trip? And I was like, well, because think about it. If me and like 3 of my friends were gonna go travel and play Idlewild, we're just going to Cincinnati,
right?
Like we can go play Idlewild, but like Idlewild itself is just a park there's nothing really super close to it, so you just go to Cincinnati. Yeah, you can do that. I was like, but if you're going to a golf course, like the Greenbrier is the closest one here.
You can stay at the Greenbrier.
Yeah, you're staying at the Greenbrier. It's a resort.
There's a lot more
stuff for my wife to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to convince the whole family to let's go to the Greenbrier, and I get to play golf. I don't play golf.
Destination golf.
But I'm saying like, yeah, that's like a where like Smuggler's Notch, I could it'd be really hard for me right now to say, hey, you know what, Liz, next week let's go to Idlewild. Let's go. I want to play that course. It'd be really easy for me to say, hey, Liz, you know what? Next week, let's go to Smuggler's Notch.
Right.
And I get to play 2 Pro Tour courses because there's spas, there's stuff for her to do and the family to do while we get to go play disc golf.
I wonder if you were the first one to do it, if you had this beautiful piece of land and you made it like disc golf courses that were like getting Pro Tour events. So like it was like very like high quality disc golf courses. And then like it was like a resort. If like that could sustain itself with like the disc golf being like a golf course style thing where like the golf is the main feature, but then there is some other things. Like would disc golfers book that place year round? If there was one place like that.
If the course was good enough.
Yeah. I'm just curious to know like if disc golf tourism is at a place where like disc golfers, because golf tourism is obviously a huge deal. Like it's a very big deal.
I think it's big enough that like you'd be able to get by and like make payments because I think like GMC right now, if that course, like, there'd be a lot of people traveling in just to watch that event and want to play it the week before and the week after, like around this time, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then if your marketing was good enough that you had like a few other events, maybe like try to get a big AM event there and try to get
the public.
But it is hard in the middle of the summer. I would bet Smuggler's Notch isn't seeing a lot of just disc golf traffic.
Yeah.
But once it gets to this time, there's probably a lot of people like, man, I really want to go to Smuggler's Notch.
The public course effect is really interesting because, like, you watch, like in golf, you watch like Tiger Woods on TV play at like, let's just say it's like Pebble Beach, a course that like as a normal person you could get around at Pebble Beach, and then you go there and it's like I've seen this on TV, like it's all special. A lot of like the big moments on like that we picture in disc golf, like Paul Macbeth stood here on this tee. It's like a public park that like you're gonna see somebody walking their dog. You might be pooping on the tee pad.
The only
there's
the only moment I've had of that feeling of like walking in like, oh my gosh, was USDGC.
USDGC.
Yeah.
If you get
when
to
I
play
walked on to Winthrop, not even to play. The first time I spectated.
Well, yeah.
When I walked up to hole 1 and then hole 2 was right behind me and the pro like everything was right there. I was like,
I'm just
I was like a
saying
kid in a
like
candy
because
store.
like that's why people.
I have a piece of one of the USDGC tee pads.
you stole it?
That
That's
it was
electric.
like ripped. One of the tee pads was
That's
ripped up,
electric.
and so I took a piece and I have it framed.
I'm gonna try and
That's
get
pretty
something
sick.
like that.
Yeah,
this
it was
year. Let's
my
all make
first-
it our goal to get like some kind of funny souvenir to like frame.
yeah, well, yeah, that's hilarious. I literally tell people,
Like,
I'll be
I'm gonna
like,
get some guy's
this was like
toenail
years
that he,
ago.
or his fingernail he clipped off because it was not working for him. Like this,
This
is
is-
Eagle McMahon's.
this
is
is literally
piece of
like
his
years
hand that
ago.
he punched into the ground.
the molded dirt
Yeah.
fossil.
Yeah, it's a fossil from his fist mark. I'm just saying, like for
You
like
should just pour wet cement every
Yeah.
time Eagle goes and he's like going towards the ground. You're like, hold on, and you pour a little wet cement. And he just punches
punch into it. I'm just saying for like golf tourism.
Yeah.
Like if you want to play a course that you saw other pros play, so like that's like a
That
big
is,
part of the draw.
That is something I think in disc golf. Like people want to play Idlewild. They want to play Winthrop and the
I'm saying
stuff. They
some
want to-
courses you get that feeling. Other courses, like for instance,
Maple Hill, you'd get that feeling.
yes, Maple Hill, you'd absolutely get that feeling because it is like a kind of a like sectioned off, like private thing. But there are some courses that are just public parks, and you'd walk up to the first tee and look around and be like, "Oh, this is where that took place." It doesn't feel anything like it.
Well, there's
like
also
Hornet's Nest, where it's
like
kind of
Hornet's
sketchy.
Nest. Perfect example. You watch the Pro Tour finale and you're like, that is because you just see like the gallery is kind of walling it in, right? So you're just seeing the hole, the camera's just focusing on the course, but then you go there and you're like, there's the tennis courts next to me. Like there's people walking their dog. There's a road right there.
You literally have to walk through the
Well,
playground.
the other
Yeah.
thing with
too.
Hornets Nest in like a lot of these courses is they make them harder when the Pro Tour rolls into town, and then pull it and put it back in a normal layout.
Hornets Nest you can play pretty much the same.
That's what they do for
But you can't go to hole
USDGC.
two.
The island hole. Yeah, the most the most iconic hole.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's for a lot of courses. But the other thing GMC marked was the end of the Pro Tour regular season.
Point
Really,
champ.
I'm just saying the end of the regular season because Music City's next weekend, National Tour. I couldn't
No.
tell you what's going on with the National Tour right now. I'll tell you next week because I'll
The
do
National
research.
Tour.
But I'm just saying,
I think the National Tour points leader is Ricky.
probably.
I'm pretty sure.
It
I
was
saw
Paul.
PDGA posted it. I'm pretty sure it's Ricky.
It was Paul, I think, but he skipped Delaware, and Ricky,
Ricky-
won.
yeah,
Delaware.
no, Connor O'Reilly
Connor
won.
O'Reilly won Delaware.
Okay, just gonna forget that just happened.
But Pro Tour regular season, who was the player of the year?
You guys had this.
I wanna hear
debate
your
last
opinion
night.
on this.
It's Eagle. It's Eagle's the player of the year.
See, I agree with you, but it's a lot closer than I thought.
I heard
Ricky
yeah.
has 3. Brody was trying to include Silver Series last night. Silver Series mean nothing to me when we're talking about player of the year.
See that? See
When
that?
you're talking about player of the year, because Eagle didn't play any, so you're going to penalize Eagle for not showing up to Silver Series?
Yes. Well, no. No, I'm not going to penalize Eagle, but I am going to give Ricky credit because he beat good players at those events. That does add to his season.
See, I disagree. I look at Silver
It
Series as
doesn't
like
add
another
to
8.
his season.
It adds to his
But
points.
I don't. Who cares?
I'm not talking about
I don't
points
care if it was
winner.
a C tier. If it was labeled with the Pro Tour and he played against really good players and beat them all. Like I don't care.
I
what
just care
it's
about
called.
Elite Series.
Well, that's just
Regardless, Ricky had 3 of them. Ricky
Like-
won 3 Pro Tours this year,
dumb. Okay.
which that's more than I thought. Eagle won 4.
Which
One
ones
win
did
separating.
Which one did Ricky? Which ones did Ricky win?
You're gonna make me look it up.
He won 3.
I love that
PDGA
voice that
Ricky.
you're going with.
I don't know
today.
why I'm going with it, but I'm
I
rolling
like
with
it.
it. It's sticking.
I didn't realize he won 3.
So Ricky won Jonesboro, Preserve, Ledgestone.
Co-win.
Co won Ledgestone.
See, that co-win right there is what makes it me very confidently able to say Eagle. Because the co-win, I cannot count as a full win. I can't do it. 'Cause
So here's
you
what
had
I'm
it. The
saying.
hardest part of winning is the winning, like actually like making the clutch putt down the stretch. So like getting to cop out of like the actual crunch time, the co-win does not count as much of a win.
Here's what I'll say:
So-
if Eagle or Rick wins USDGC, it settles it for me.
That they had a better season.
that person
well,
had
yeah,
the better year.
Yeah.
They won.
Oh, winning a major.
But-
heck, if Paul wins USDGC, I might say he had a better season than Ricky.
No, okay, you're crazy.
It gets closer. It gets
No, because Ricky also won national tours.
I know. I'm just saying. It gets,
If you're factoring in
it gets
Silver
closer,
Series, Ricky
man.
had like 5
Majors
or
are
6
a big
wins.
deal. Majors are a big deal because it's like when the stakes are highest. If you can win when the stakes are the highest, then like that shows a lot about your season. And Paul also had a world title snatched out of his hands too. As far as I'm concerned, Paul did what he needed to do to win worlds. It just was James Conrad just said not today. So you got
You
to
can't give Paul a world title.
I'm
because
not giving
he-
it to him. I'm saying second place. Like when the stakes have been highest, if Paul were to win USDGC, I'd be able to say, yeah, Paul had like a few wins, and then when this like in the majors, like he showed up. So like that would be my case for him. I'm not saying I would say that, but
Right now, I'm leaning.
just preparing my
Right
cases.
now, I'm leaning towards Eagle.
I'm for sure
from the
Eagle.
one more win. Because Ricky also, his worst finish all year was 14th, and his worst finish on the Pro Tour was 11th.
Ricky
you can't say that about
Ricky is a more consistent player, but Eagle is
Eagle did come in like 47th at Waco. You can say it was a back injury, something like that. But
he's been too impressive. I can't not say Eagle. He's just been too impressive.
yeah. But I do think Ricky has if Ricky wins USDGC, I'm going Ricky.
Ricky has a quiet season.
Now, this will be another interesting question.
Quiet isn't like he's been playing well.
Who
but
had a
nobody's
better
paying attention.
season, Paul or Calvin?
Paul. I don't like it. This is what you're gonna like. You can.
Well, they're
feed
ranked
me
3 and 4 in the world.
I say you can feed me the top 5 finishes that Calvin probably has over Paul, but we all know that that's because Calvin
Actually, so
is
Paul
not
and Calvin,
as much of a psycho when it
Paul
comes.
and Calvin have had very similar seasons finishing wise, but Paul has one more Elite Series win.
Yeah,
That's it. So it's got to lean Paul.
Yeah, it's
I would
Paul.
agree. I would agree with you there. But season
I even
wise,
say it.
if Calvin wins USDGC, then
Then he has the
goes
better
Calvin.
season. Yeah.
if Calvin wins Music City,
USDGC tips a
if
lot.
Calvin wins Music City, I think that they're pretty much
Here's
knotted
the thing.
up.
We can talk about these people winning USDGC. We all know the guy winning USDGC we probably haven't even heard of yet.
Probably Adam
Yeah,
Hammonds.
true.
We haven't even thought. No, it's going to be something we're not talking about. It always is. Jeremy Colling is going to make a run at USDGC this year.
He always does.
Mark
make a
my
run.
words.
Jeremy Colling always makes a run
He
at
is going to threaten for his second title this year.
Nate Sexton's just going to
That's
pop
gonna,
back into
That's
the
gonna be the
picture.
next TikTok you see of me making an awful take right there.
Nate Sexton's going to pop back in the picture and win USDGC. There's a take. Final question. We actually put this one out to Twitter. What about
Ooh.
Calvin or Adam? Who had a better season? Adam Hammes or Calvin Heimberg? Because 60% of people on Twitter said that Adam Hammes had a better season than Calvin Heimberg.
That's just because he had his first win.
Adam has 2 wins,
1. 2.
Two
He has a
wins.
national tour and a pro tour.
and Calvin has 1.
I will pull that up to confirm.
Yes.
Do we have Wi-Fi
It's-
in here now?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. I installed it yesterday. Hooked it right up. No problem.
If there's an Adam Ham.
I would say Adam Hammonds is having
It's
the
out of
better
Tennessee.
season. And the reason I would say it's very close.
I disagree.
It's very close, but the reason I lean Adam Hammonds I guess this is not being objective, but I'm opinionated person. But the reason I'm going to lean Adam is because he is having what I would call a breakout season, whereas Calvin Heimberg, as we discussed last week, is having a downward season from where he was last year.
Okay. But
So,
we're
like-
not asking as
so
to who
let's say
performed
if
to.
2 people intersect in the same place, like I would consider them pretty even, and one person's going uphill and one person's going downhill, I'm taking the guy going uphill.
Okay.
Come on.
Here's what I'll read.
That
Here's
sounded
what I will
very
read.
poetic. But
I will
what it
read
meant.
this. 34th,
I don't care about
24th,
finishes, man.
45th,
W's.
54th.
W's. That's all I care about is a W.
Calvin Heimberg,
Dub.
33rd.
Dub.
Here's the stat I care about. W or L.
And you just took a big L because Calvin Heimberg definitely had a better season. You can't argue it.
Dubs.
Doesn't matter.
Dubs.
You can say dubs.
I bet you
all
Calvin
want.
Heimberg would probably trade seasons with Adam Hammes.
He wouldn't.
If he cares about winning, he would.
Calvin Heimberg.
Calvin Heimberg is doing
Heimberg
great
would
for
gain
himself in disc
one
golf.
win.
What
And
good?
Calvin Heimberg would gain 1 win, and
Yeah, what good is do
he
those
would
places
exchange
do?
Waco. He would go from finishing in 4th to.
Okay,
34.
we're talking about maybe a couple $1,000s.
We're talking
Heimberg-
about being on lead card and on coverage, or not being seen at all.
I'm just saying Heimberg's doing all right for himself. That guy, if I'm in Heimberg's shoes, like I'm doing all right. Like I'm not worried about scrapping for money on tour.
It's not about money.
Okay, but like I'm
Notoriety.
saying that
You're not being covered if you're coming in 34th,
Calvin
24th,
Heimberg-
54th, 45. We didn't mention Adam Hammes' name
Hammes-
until he won
No,
MVP.
dude.
We
Hammes-
very rarely talk about him.
Hammes-
Calvin Heimberg has been on our lips all year because he's
on
been up top.
ours. Nobody else's.
People were arguing
No,
halfway
dude.
through the season that Calvin Heimberg was the best player in the world.
Heimberg's been a ghost this year, dude. I can't even.
Well, if
see
you're going to
him.
argue like that and not use logic, then we'll move on. That's fine.
I feel like I need to preface to everybody
Yeah,
that we
so-
shot Bogey Bro banter before
I'm not mad.
before Grip Lock this
Everyone
week.
getting mad over here.
I want
And
you
it
to use
was
logic.
a very
my logic. I
hostile
gave my
environment.
logic. My official logic answer is that I'm just
And it's
valuing wins
continuing.
way higher than you.
You value so basically when I say who had a better season, you erase everything and just
No,
say
no.
Adam won 2, Calvin run 1.
No, not everything. I'm
Then
just saying.
yes, you did.
Not everything. I'm not erasing
How?
everything. I'm saying yes. I realize that Heimberg. I'm saying Hammes' other finishes, some events they were significantly worse, but he has been around. He has not been like off the face of the earth, and he's got 2 wins versus 1.
There were several events where he was off the face of the earth,
some events where he was off the face of the earth.
like 4 or 5.
Okay, This is what you asked for my opinion on this podcast. I'm telling you that I value his wins more. Therefore, I'm saying Hamas had a better season. Okay, that's fine.
Make a TikTok out of that one. That might be a worse take than Big Germ winning USDGC, to be honest with you.
Okay, like that's all right. Yeah, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
It's time for Trevor's trivia. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, bro. Maybe I want to change the question.
Change it. I dare you.
This is a great question. Brody gave me this question earlier. He pulled this out of nowhere. This is a really good question. So the question is, what two players in the men's UDisc, like I said, the MPO, UDisc top 10 rankings have 0 wins this season? 2 of them.
In the top 10. I got to think through the top 10.
Go ahead.
So there's Paul Rickey, Calvin Eagle, Adam Hammes. 0 wins at all?
At all.
Or just Pro Tour wins?
I know for sure one of these guys has none literally on his resume. I know both of them have 0 national tour or Pro Tour or Silver Series. So anything of relevance.
So I just eliminated half of them. James Conrad, I believe. Is this as of today?
James
World
Conrad
rankings?
didn't win a world title, so he should be.
He's on your list?
No, I thought you were going to say that he.
No, I was trying to debate if he was in the. No, I was trying to debate if he was in the top 10.
Oh, I don't know.
Chris, is this as of today? You looked at the world rankings?
Yes.
I think Chris Dickerson snuck in there in the top 10 now.
He just got one.
Yeah. So I've named 7, so I just got to find the other 3 in the top 10.
I will say one of these.
Matteo.
What?
Matteo.
No.
He's not in the top 10?
Matteo has a win.
What does he
won?
want?
Silver Series.
Oh, you're counting Silver Series.
Yeah, I said anything
See, Silver
irrelevant.
Series mean nothing.
I said anything. Man, that is an interesting take. Those have been very we've followed those events on our podcast.
I'll talk about. I'm talking about the Battle for Bedford,
So
but
then
I wouldn't
you said
consider a win at the Battle for Bedford as going towards your Player of the Year.
Well, that's not because it's not a Silver Series. It's B tier. Continue answering the question.
Well, I answered Matteo.
You're all over the place today, man.
And that was wrong.
Having yourself a show.
Who are the other ones?
They're different. One of them. Okay, one of them. You should definitely get. He's the guy we consider always due for a win, never wins anything. And then the other guy, it's okay. The second guy, Stephen Curry, our intern, somehow guessed out of the blue, and I couldn't believe it because I'm pretty sure it's unguessable.
He's a top 10 world ranking.
Yeah. On UDisc. I mean, one of these is pretty. I think it's pretty easy. I'd think I would have guessed
We
it.
always consider him for a win, and he just hasn't gotten it.
Yeah, he for the last 3 years. I'm pretty sure.
Kevin Jones.
Yes, that's one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
These guys are ranked 9th and 10th respectively. Kevin Jones is the easy one. This other one, so difficult. This is why we made this question. And Stephen Curry just pulled up from the logo.
My instinct is Drew Gibson, but
that was one of my guess. That's incorrect. That's a good guess.
That was an instinct.
I'll give you the hint that Brody gave me because you're not guessing it without this hint. And the hint is this is very much based on the last few weeks. This guy snuck in because of his performance in the last few weeks, especially one particular performance was very big for this.
Hasn't got a win. Who is sneaking up there?
And this hint did nothing for me when Brody gave it to me.
Fresnel?
No.
Okay, I got nothing.
Andrew Marweed.
Oh, I should have guessed that.
Really?
I should have. Andrew Marweed's been popping off recently.
Yeah, and he had the playoff at Idlewild.
What has Kyle Klein won?
Kyle Klein won Mid-America.
Silver Series.
He won something. He just won Idlewild.
Did he win Idlewild?
Yeah, in the playoff. He's the one who beat Marweed.
Oh. So you could almost
having
say,
yourself a show today.
Marweed almost had a co-win, kind
the
of
Silver
like Calvin.
Series slander thing. That's a new.
It's not slandering the Silver Series.
It's you said it means nothing to you. I think that's kind of slander.
I'm saying when I'm considering the best player in the world, I'm not looking at Silver Series because so many players, Silver Series players pop in and out. The Pro Tour, everyone's always there. So if you win on the Pro Tour, you know it's a quality win.
I'm just saying
a Silver Series win, you could have beat no one.
Not this year. This year, there's not a single Silver Series where there hasn't been at least 2 guys that are really solid.
Yeah, at least 2. Pro Tours are at least 20.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So
we looked at this. We looked at this earlier, and we looked at the weakest Silver Series, and there was still there was 10 or 15 guys that were good.
Mid-America Open, best player Chris Dickerson, second best Drew Gibson, Kevin Jones, Nico, James. You're missing the top guys.
A host of people. I'm just comparing this last year's Silver Series when it was a ghost town. This year, last year I would have agreed with you. This year, I'm like, I'm going to give you some credit.
I think some credit, but not towards being a player of the year or like one of the best players in the world.
No,
I think a Silver Series is like a warm-up event.
Still going to do it.
It's like the NBA preseason.
Does the NBA have a preseason?
Yeah.
There's a summer league.
Summer league. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Or the NFL preseason.
There you go.
Or golf's web.com tour. That's the Silver Series.
This is a Silver Series.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's
Are we
a cool
getting
event.
into bracketology?
Eventually.
What else do you have on
That's
there?
the next thing I have.
Okay,
actually.
let me bracketology
So
time.
the Match Play Championship's coming up this weekend. It's Discmania presents the Disc Golf Pro Tour Match Play. It's at some disc golf park.
Oh, I was gonna say you were pretty eloquent with reading.
I was trying to think. Discmania is like the reason this is being put on.
Jesse Maresma.
I'm trying to remember. I was trying to read. What's the course's name? Steel
It's the
Creek
Steel
Steel
Club.
Club. The
It's
Steel
the
Club.
Steel Club.
12-hole
It's like
disc
in
golf course.
Hellerstown, PA. Why are they playing 12 holes?
Everyone's asking.
Why are they doing that?
No one's got
that
the
doesn't
answer.
Make, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
What we do have the answer is we're basically what we're going to do here is we're going to go over each matchup and give our case as to why we think so and so is going to win.
I think we'll do that for like the first round, and then
we'll just give our predictions.
We'll just give our
after.
predictions
Because like once you say Eagles going to win the first round because of blah blah blah, then that's why he's probably going to win the second round or third round.
Okay. So let's start with matchup number one.
I don't have the bracket in front of me, so you give me the
I'll go through them then. Matchup number one. This is the 1 seed versus the 6. We'll start with let's start with the FPO. Start with the FPO. There's less matchups, and then we'll go over to the MPO. So matchup number one FPO is the 1 seed versus. This is tough to read because of the printout, but I believe that is the 8 seed. Yeah, there's only 8 players. Trevor, Deanne Carey.
So Paige Pierce versus Deanne Carey.
Paige Pierce on a golf versus the worst seeded player. I think it's a pretty obvious take Paige. There's not a lot of explaining.
Deanne Carey had a win. It might have been the Resistance Disc Open or something.
There was nobody there.
Well, it was a Silver Series, so it meant a lot. I think that probably should factor in here.
Touche.
But no, Paige, I agree. Paige is definitely going to win.
All right, matchup number 2. This is to be fair, a lot of these matches were solid. That's probably the most straightforward.
That's the most straightforward.
4 seed versus 5 seed. Sarah Holcomb versus Jessica Weiss. I believe Sarah Holcomb is going to win.
Oh, we forgot to do this part, which is see
the
what the ELO ranking.
Yeah, let's get the ELO.
Let's get the ELO on
Paige versus Deanne.
Paige versus Deanne Carey.
See what UDisc says.
See what UDisc gives the. Deanne Carey is 31st in the world ranking.
It's going to be like an 80 at least.
95% chance that Paige Pierce wins this matchup.
I'd say it's more like 99.
I'm pretty confident in that. The next matchups that we have though is what was it? Sarah Holcomb.
And Weiss. I already did this one.
Let's go ahead and you said
70% to Holcomb is what they're giving it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think Sarah Holcomb has a pretty solid chance, especially Sarah Holcomb. We've been hearing her name a lot this year. She's in form. She's
up, yeah.
Definitely coming around. Like this is a part of the season that she's playing really good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Jessica Weiss's name in a while.
She's better on the West Coast, yeah.
She is better on golf courses historically, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
Holcomb is just she's gonna hit the fairway. Like she'll do well.
All right. Next up, why don't you give us our predictions for? Is it Katrina Allen versus?
This is Missy versus Kona.
Oh, you're doing that one next. Okay.
The 3 versus 6 seed. This one, Kona is similar to Jessica. Beginning of the season, I was like way up on Kona. Like Kona is going to be a legit like player this year. She took like she kind of had a valley in her season. Has kind of sprinkled her name back into the leaderboard.
She has a win, doesn't she? Waco? Yeah, she has a Pro Tour win.
Yeah. That was like towards the beginning of the season. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then, but still, Missy has been pretty consistent this year. I feel like I like Missy Gannon.
I also picked Missy for this. I think that with Missy and Kona, I think throw wise they're almost the same player. I think Missy had a little bit of a stronger putt, and pretty much every hole is going to have a lot of pressure on it because of match play.
Yes.
To where it's not necessarily I might lose a stroke. It's like the entire hole. You know what I mean? So
match
putting, I
play
think, is going to
huge,
put a unique situation on putting. And Kona has struggled with putting in the past. I think that Missy's going to take it down. And yet again, this one we agree with the UDisc comparison. They're giving Missy Gannon a 67.6% chance of beating Kona.
We're taking the high seed every time.
We're taking the high seed every time.
This one is probably the trickiest matchup because you're taking a hot player, just came off a win. So you got 2 seed Katrina Allen versus 7 seed Haley King, who has just won her last event. I am going to stick with Katrina Allen. I like her on a golf course.
Yeah.
So that's my
I
pick.
wanted to disagree with you at some point, but I'm also taking Katrina Allen.
Now the ELO here is close.
Yeah, the ELO here is only giving Katrina Allen a 54% chance at winning.
Yeah.
So it's
I
much
also
closer.
I like the experienced player in the match play.
Yeah, here's my biggest thing.
She won a world championship.
Is Haley King, her biggest issue that she's dealt with when she's always had the talent, she's always had the putt, the forehand, all of that. It's been the mental side.
Right.
Many times she has been in there with a chance at a win and has let it slip away.
I
The
wouldn't
Pro
give-
Tour highlighted that multiple times at the Green Mountain Championship. She was able to hold on. I think Katrina Allen, her biggest struggle is going to be her putt. If Katrina Allen's comes out and her putt is off and Haley King's putt is on, that could quickly prove us wrong.
Yeah.
But if I'm just looking at these two, they're both at the top of their game. I'm taking Katrina Allen if they both show up to play. But this is definitely one that is more up in the air.
So I think what I remember from yesterday, we have the same setup in the second round. So Paige, Sarah, I think we both had Paige.
Yep.
Because kind of similar reason, like we're just taking Paige as the better player.
Yeah, and Paige also has a 73% win chance over Sarah Hogan
And
in
then
that matchup.
Missy versus Kat, I think similar thing. We both took Kat. Because I think this what's the percentage there?
It's 66% in Katrina Allen's favor there.
So I'm hoping this happens because I think like a Paige Kat match play, I'd love it if Kristen were in this. If we had Kristen like Paige finale for the match play, that'd be sick. But Paige versus Kat match play, that's a pretty cool matchup. I'm hoping that's what it ends up with. I took Katrina Allen.
I'm taking Paige.
So this is totally like a chance for like the Paige revenge game against Kat for Worlds to get her back.
I just think when you put match play, again, it's so much is going to be riding on putting.
Yeah.
If I have pressure putt and it's Paige versus Kat, I'm taking Paige. And so therefore, that's why I'm taking Paige. And also UDIS, comparing them one to the other, we got Paige Pierce with a 64% win probability.
I like an underdog in the match play in crunch time.
Yeah,
I
mean,
like it.
we apparently don't like underdogs. I think we just
No, I said
went,
in crunch time. In crunch time.
I think I picked the higher seed in every single one in my bracket.
Only in crunch time though.
So something's
Those
gonna
were-
get.
That
I'm
was
sure something's
like
gonna get messed up.
That was more like squish time.
The MPO has 16 players, so there's twice the chances of something getting interesting. And
These first
we
round
also predict
matchups,
a lot more games.
Yeah, these first round. I went more upset heavy in this one. So the first round. This is keep in mind. Like you said, this is at a golf course. So we got 1 seed Eagle versus 16 seed Colt Montgomery. At maybe any other course, I would be like, yeah, see Monty, I like him for an upset in match play. Like I like him to roll the dice. On a golf course when Eagle's going to throw a 700-foot roller, jump putt up, and tap out his birdie on a par 4, I'm going to take Eagle.
I think Eagle's clearly the favorite for the whole tournament right now.
I mean, he's probably
You could make a
every
conspiracy
tournament right now.
You could make a conspiracy that Discmania picked a course good for Eagle for their match play championship.
How about
Conspiracy, maybe, I don't know, but I do think that Eagle is the heavy favorite in every matchup he's going to face. UDisc puts him at a 91% win chance getting out of this first round.
Wow.
Hard to bet against those odds.
All right. Second matchup, 8 versus 9. You got this is actually I feel like not as difficult of an 8 versus 9 as normal, just because I don't think the 9 seed is that strong. But the 8 Adam Hammonds versus the 9 Ezra Aderhold.
See, I think this is actually a difficult one simply because of the golf course factor.
Yeah.
Which I think gives a slight edge back to Ezra.
Well, he played well at Las Vegas, but has he done that well at the other golf courses?
I'm not sure, but
I don't feel like
Adam
he has.
is on top of the world right now.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
This is a momentum pick for me. Like I can't pick the upset because Adam's hot right now.
Yeah, so Adam also, UDIS is giving him a 76% win probability. I'm taking the hot hand.
Yeah.
I don't. Ezra has a solid chance in this, especially the match play factor coming in, but I'm going with the hot hand. I got to
I
go
feel
with
like it'd be
Adam.
very surprising.
It would be a surprising upset, I think, if Ezra were to top Adam there.
All right, third matchup, one of the toughest. Kyle Klein, 4 seed versus 13 seeded Chris Dickerson.
Yeah.
I've got Chris Dickerson winning this one.
I picked Kyle Klein to come out. When I think golf course, I'm thinking Eagle, and when I think Eagle, I think Kyle Klein.
Kyle Klein,
And
is he
so-
ever going to get out of the Eagle
McBoy.
shadow, man? Eagle
Yeah.
McBoy, he's got to move.
I see them. I don't know. Whenever I see it, I'm thinking Kyle's going to come out of it. And no offense to Chris, I mean he just won GMC, but when I think Chris, I think technical wooded golfer. I don't think.
That's what I thought too. And then Paul came in here and said he throws further than him and Kyle. So
I mean Chris Dickerson does have a 58% chance of winning, so
Elo-
pretty
Elo
close
never
matchup
lies.
there. But I'm going with Kyle. I think Kyle's coming out of this first round.
Next matchup, 5 seed Kevin Jones versus the 12 seeded Garrett Gurthie. I've got Kevin Jones.
So I took Garrett Gurthie here.
Wow. See, now that's a surprising
It is
pick.
a surprising pick because Kevin Jones is very
Just
good on
he
golf
throws far.
courses.
Is that why you took him?
But so does Garrett Gurthie. I think that if you put these two players,
I meant Garrett Gurthie throws far.
what?
Did I say Kevin Jones?
They both
throws
throw far. They both.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that Kevin Jones might have the sneakiest distance ever because when he threw at the USDGC distance thing, he outthrew everybody.
Yeah, Kevin Jones throws
That's
very
ridiculous.
far.
He including
I feel like you don't think about that.
he just goes
whenever you
like
think about
this on hyzer, and then he cleared the whole lake and was in 5's fairway, like
Yeah.
past Drew Gibson. Crazy.
Kevin Jones
That's
throws
crazy.
very far. So does Garrett Gurthie.
He doesn't look like it.
I just think, well, he's just so athletic. His timing's
Yeah,
so good.
he's
I just think
effortless.
when you put them both on a golf course, this is a much closer matchup than you would think. So I'm leaning, I'm getting my March Madness in me. I'm leaning towards the upset. There's only a 31% chance of Garrett pulling that upset off.
I've got KJ
But I like
because
that.
KJ's making those long jump putts, man. He's
Hey, Garrett
lethal.
Gurthie could do something crazy. He
can't
aced a
putt.
par 4 one time. You got to putt if you
He
do
did
something
do
like
He
that.
did do that. Next, we have another kind of straightforward one, I think. 3 seed Calvin Heimberg versus 14 seeded Chris Clemens. Got to go Heimberg here.
Yeah, Chris Clemens is
It's a good lefty. He's actually have a pretty.
he's
good season.
probably the best lefty in the world still, I would imagine. But I haven't heard about him this year really.
no, been pretty quiet.
He's been very quiet. Yeah, Calvin Heimberg has an 81% chance of winning this. And Calvin's very good on golf courses. Very good on golf courses. I think that reigns true. I think that Calvin pulls this one off there.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because he can crush and putt.
Yeah,
Crush and putt, baby. That's,
all-
the name of the
that's
game.
the name of the
Yeah.
game. Crush and putt.
Crush for show, putt for dough.
This next matchup.
You just
Ooh.
come up with
What'd you
that?
say?
Crush for show, putt for dough.
Oh,
It's
no,
just like
that's not-
drive for show,
yeah.
but I replaced drive with crush.
Drive for show, putt for dough. That's a thing.
But I replaced drive
Dang
with
it.
crush. I'm not that
Don't
smart,
give him that
guys.
much credit.
I'm no longer impressed.
This next matchup, I want to go ahead and say the Kyle Klein one is tough, but this one might be even harder to predict just because it's kind of two wild card players. You got 6-seeded Nico LaCastro versus 11-seeded Gavin Rathbun. I would like to say that I'm picking Nico because I like Nico in match play because I think he's a menace. But I would also, and his favorite color is green.
So
But I would like, that's a Bogey Bro banter thing. I can't even mention. Did we mention that on the normal podcast? Or was that all
No, we
banter?
didn't.
that's all in the banter.
Anyways.
Which, speaking of the banter, this week is featuring Paul Macbeth and Brody Smith.
You're going to want to watch it because you'll watch Brody
Brody-
actually lose his
I've-
He
mind.
lost his mind.
I've never seen Brody
Scream
get this upset.
into the microphone.
He's a
like-
loud guy, and I know that. I love Brody, like when he gets loud. But like, I think I almost lost hearing him.
Yeah.
Right?
It was
We
scary.
were all
You
sitting
guys
here-
weren't wearing the headphones. I had them really loud.
Connor's
right here.
mixing them, looking like he's playing like some kind of game over there.
We got Brody very heated. But this is a very
Pretty
interesting
funny.
matchup. I actually disagreed with you. I took Gavin Rathbun.
So I think Gavin
Coming out of this-
Rathbun. If I had to bet money, I'd bet it on Gavin Rathbun. But my heart is picking Nico.
All I'm saying, I think you're right. I think it's going to come down to how does Nico's mental game handle match play.
Yeah.
You're betting it's going to handle it well. I'm betting it's not going to handle it well. And UDisc isn't betting
I'm
with
betting
either
that
of
Gavin
us.
Rathbun's going to be scared of him after he gets mad.
Listen
so
to this:
like,
50.2% win chance for Gavin Rathbun, 49.8% to Nico.
tight.
So it's 50-50.
Yeah.
This is flip a quarter. Heads it's Nico, tails it's Gavin.
all right.
Hey Siri, flip a quarter.
You didn't hear it.
Say
Okay,
flip-
it said Gavin.
Right.
Hey Siri,
You just opened
flip
up.
a coin.
It's tails.
Which one was that?
you didn't say.
Don't
That's
remember.
Gavin.
I don't remember. He did
And
say,
just
but I
like that,
forget.
Gavin wins again.
Okay, the next matchup, 2-seeded Ricky Wysocki versus 15-seeded Emerson Keith. Dude, Emmer Daddy, that could be a sneaky. That could be a sneaky.
Emerson.
upset.
He doesn't. I don't think he has the distance.
I'm picking Ricky.
I
because
just don't think Emerson has the distance on a golf course to hang with Ricky.
But
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, whenever they play at Emporia Country Club, he does all right.
But he gets the sponsor boost there.
Sponsor boost plus 10.
That does a
all
lot.
attributes
Sponsor
plus
boost
10.
is a big thing.
You're right.
That's why that's why Eagle I think is a heavy favorite here.
Sponsor
boost. But Ricky also has an 87% win chance there. So
All right.
I think that's a
Last
pretty
matchup.
straightforward one. I think.
We got 7-seeded James Conrad versus 10-seeded Joel Freeman.
James Conrad. He's not in the top 10. So when I was talking about James Conrad earlier, didn't even matter. He's 12th.
James Conrad is my
Versus
pick.
who? Joel Freeman.
Yep.
So
This is
I went
another
upset.
tough one, though.
I went upset. Uh-oh.
It's a tough one.
I went with Joel Freeman because this man is synonymous with golf courses. Think of any time you've seen Joel Freeman really pop off besides Maple Hill. Forget that just happened.
I think
Go back in the past.
Half the tour is on golf courses now.
Go back in the past. Utah Open, we've seen him there. Las Vegas
He's
Challenge,
synonymous with that.
we've seen him there. You hear Joel Freeman, I hear golf course. That's why I'm taking Joel Freeman over James Conrad.
That's a good pick. That's gonna be that could be one of those picks. Like
46%
there's a lot of
chance that I'm right.
James Conrad has a lot of name bias, like heavy name bias in that matchup. A lot of these like Joel Freeman's name is still really sneaky, under the radar kind of name. You know, like even like Colton Montgomery. Like
Colton Montgomery's got sneak distance.
he's like in a power couple too. So like he has like the name bias a little bit. Like he's in the media. Joel Freeman, man, sneaky guy. James Conrad,
Sneaky, sneaky
he threw the shot. Well, he threw what
guy.
was James Conrad threw what was the
now,
shot.
I don't know
until
how
threw
we
it this
proceed
morning.
forward here because like we had different
So
picks.
I'm gonna go ahead and name all mine through, not really explain them a ton, and then I'll let you do it.
Okay, I got to find my bracket.
You can just look at mine. You probably remember.
I'll probably remember, but I think I filled one out somewhere.
Okay, so my second round first matchup, Eagle versus Adam Hammonds. I've got Eagle. Next matchup will be Chris Dickerson versus Kevin Jones. I've got Kevin Jones. Calvin Heimberg versus Nico. This is my most shocking pick of the whole thing. I have Nico upsetting Calvin Heimberg in the second round. Does the Nico Phantom go too far here? It might. But I've got to have him on my good side before I ask him what his favorite color is at USDGC after he plays an awful round or something. I'm just trying to get attacked. And then I got Ricky and James Conrad in the bottom last of the Elite Eight, and I got pick Ricky in that one. Final four, Eagle versus Kevin Jones. I have Eagle. And then I have Nico versus Ricky. I have Ricky. So my finals are Eagle versus Ricky, and I'm picking Ricky Wysocki to win it all. And that's my picks.
I'm trying to pull mine up.
Good job, Trevor.
Thank you.
Okay, yep, it's not letting me pull up, so
Just
I'm gonna
use
just have to
mine.
go through and just remember what I did.
Surely
and who
you
I
can.
picked.
Surely you can remember.
So I know first round we already talked through. So I also have Eagle facing Adam. I have Eagle coming out of that. I have Garrett Gerthy versus Kyle Klein. I have Kyle Klein coming out of that matchup. So the top side in the final four, I have Eagle versus Kyle Klein. Bottom half of the bracket, I have Calvin versus Gavin Rathbun. I have Calvin coming out of that matchup. And then at the very bottom, I have Ricky versus Joel Freeman. Got Ricky coming out of that matchup. So my final four is Eagle, Kyle Klein, Calvin Heimberg, and Ricky. I've got Eagle taking down Kyle. I don't think the Padawan's quite ready to take on the Master yet.
That's a great matchup, though.
That is a great matchup. So I've got Eagle advancing to the finals, and then I got Calvin upsetting Ricky to have Calvin versus Eagle in the finals.
Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, you picked Calvin.
And I've got Calvin winning it all. I think the Eagle's going to ride it all the way to the final, and Calvin, we know Calvin, he doesn't have emotions.
So we forgot.
He doesn't have an emotional bone in his body.
No,
so
he
when the
doesn't.
pressure hits, he's not going to break, and I think Eagle will.
That's true. I've
Never seen Calvin nervous before.
Kim played in his
You've also
favor.
never seen Calvin excited, happy.
That's true.
We didn't mention this on the Buggy Bro banter, so I'll mention it now. With these brackets around the office, what we're doing is we're going to kind of keep a point system for both brackets, MPO and FPO, and then the loser has to wear a T-shirt designed by the winners for like the following podcast.
Yeah,
Probably
and we
the following
decided-
Buggy Bro banter. You'll see it on there.
I think it was for the actual grip locked, because what we decided was, unless it's something like Brody would wear it on debate night.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Connor would wear it on
Somebody's
grip
going to
locked.
have to wear a pretty criminal
But what we
T-shirt,
also decided
probably.
is if Carson or Silas lost, the other two employees, they just have to sit here for grip locked.
and just
and they
stare.
can't say
They
anything.
just- they don't have a
just
mic.
Sit.
They're
That's
our
really
background
funny.
with the T-shirt.
That's
for
very
grip
funny.
locked.
What? And they got to face the wall.
No, because they got to
That'd
see
be
the
too
shirt.
easy.
They have to see the shirt. They have to sit here.
Oh, they wear the shirt.
They wear the shirt.
Okay.
And they have to sit here
I
with
thought
the
you meant they just
shirt.
got to sit there.
so
That's
that
pretty funny.
so that they're still on a podcast.
I'm gonna make your shirt that thumbnail you designed for that. For that
That is so
just so people
funny.
can see what you're capable of.
Or what I'm not
I need to
capable
make
of.
my bracket.
Yeah, you need to fill that out.
But it's
you
pretty,
got till
It's
Friday.
pretty boring.
Oh, you did make your bracket.
You
Is
made
that what
it.
you just said? You did make it?
I while you guys were saying that, I was making it in my head. And it was pretty boring.
Oh,
but
okay.
I feel confident about it though.
I like that.
See, I went big time.
Who are you picking to win? Throw out your winner.
Yeah, who's winning?
I need to do it.
In
Okay.
mine.
See, the only issue with mine is if Calvin does
I
get
have anything to
upset
say.
early, I'm screwed.
Yeah. So in my bracket, my big key is if Calvin gets upset, he's in big trouble, and I'm in great shape because I don't even have him make it to my final four. So Calvin gets
Yeah.
upset early. Really bad for Hunter, really good for me.
Brody also has Calvin in the finals, I think.
Yeah, I think Calvin could be the key for me winning.
Calvin's the key to me.
If Nico's get dropped in the first round, that would be tragic. As long as I can get him to the second round, that's one thing.
Definitely going to be interesting to watch this weekend.
Bracketology.
Another thing that's going to be fun to watch this weekend is the Battle for Bedford.
Oh, yeah.
It's our tournament we're putting on, biggest tournament we've ever run. We're welcoming close to 400 players.
I dubbed it the biggest B tier in the world this morning on the video, so that's what we're calling it now.
Oh, I don't know if that's true.
The biggest B tier in the world.
Does have $10,000 added cash.
Big doesn't have to just mean like players playing in it. It's just big as in like everything about
Stature.
it. The course, the quality of players, the purse is probably might be the biggest in the
There's got to be close for B tier.
Yeah, 10K added cash.
MPO will be taking on New London. FPO will be, and Age Protected Pros will be taking on Independence, and then AMs will be playing kind of a mixture of Independence, Falling Creek, Manita. They'll be rotating through kind of those courses. Really quick, winning prediction score-wise at New London. We've never seen a tournament at New London.
Yes.
We've seen tournaments at Independence and stuff like that. So I just want to focus on New London here. We've never seen it.
Paul told me his goal today. I won't say it.
3 rounds. What do you think that they're finishing? The winner of the tournament is at this score through 3 rounds.
The winner of New London,
Yeah, MPO winner
is finishing at 20 under par
20.
through 3 rounds.
I think I've been saying 12 to 18 under.
Ooh.
That's a really wide range once you put it all together.
That is super
I've been saying
wide.
4 to 6 per round average.
I think Paul told me that was what he was hoping to get out of each round today. It was like 4 to 6
so
under.
I'll just
But
go with
then
5 down.
He proceeded
average.
to shoot 4 under. Hashtag spoiler alert. He proceeded to shoot like 4 under through 9 holes today.
So I'm going to meet in the middle and say 15 under
Is
wins
he a liar or what?
Well, no, because what I think will happen is I think that, let's say Paul wins the tournament. I think Paul will have 1 round that's like an 8 under and 1 round that's like a 2 under.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of how it was in Independence
I'll
last
just stick
year.
at 5. I'll stick at 5 under for the round. I think 15 under wins the tournament.
Okay, so I went a little more aggressive.
You're a little more aggressive. Yeah, because I've been saying 4 to 6 per round, but when you multiply that by 3, that's a really wide range.
It's tough out there, man.
So I'll say 15 under wins the tournament through 3 rounds. But that's crazy. That'd be sick if that's right.
Get ready for your straight backhands. You need a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of straight shots.
You're ready to take all the skip off of your discs.
The disc golf guy will be doing the coverage of that, so should be entertaining. We'll have some other media going on. I don't know what Connor has planned for that, but Connor's got
Pranks.
something. Pranks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pranking the elite card.
But it should be a good time. I think we have pretty much everything.
I think it would be funny is if you let I would do it, but I won't be there. But like, let somebody break through the ropes, like acting like they're a heckler, and let Hunter just linebacker style plant his shoulder and just tackle him so hard.
I feel like I could do some damage with a good tackle.
You could truck somebody.
I feel like I could truck someone.
You get your feet moving. Remember, this guy's a runner now. You get your, your
track
feet
star.
moving. You put that shoulders on. It would just be so funny and like just act like nothing happened. You just drag him out by his
My
armpits.
shoulders were always my best asset in basketball.
Yes.
When I would when I'd come in and I'd lower my shoulder into someone.
I'm saying you like.
I sent people into bleachers. Just
the whole thing is scripted, but the card doesn't know about it. And you hit them, just drag them out by their armpits, and then just continue on. And they're
Move
just
on.
like,
Sorry for the distraction.
They're just staring in disbelief as you're just dragging a corpse out of the way. And then they're like, "Wow, these guys at the Battle for Bedford,
They don't mess around.
They don't
take
mess
it
around.
seriously.
They take it very seriously."
It's like we hire like a 14-year-old to like run up and ask for a signature. Ask for Paul's signature. I was like, "Hey!"
Next thing you see is just a blur, and he's flattened to the ground, crying. Hunter standing over top.
Can
of
we
him.
just hire your brother because he's 18, but he looks like
That's
he's like
true.
13.
My brother?
He'd be a good
build
fit.
wise. He's taller than me.
Yeah, but
But
he'd
he
be
has a
good
He's
baby
a pretty
face.
big guy. What?
He's a baby face.
Yeah, he looks young, but like I'm saying, as far as tackling him, like that's not gonna be easy.
I think he'd be a good
If
fit
he
for
knew
that.
he was getting tackled.
Yes.
Yeah, if this scenario, the person
I
is
was
a part of
picturing
it.
more
I'm not
like-
tackling a
I
random
was picturing
person.
like a puny, like 13-year-old, to where it's like even more funny.
Or I'm like picking
but
him
then
off.
it's
slam
easier
you
for
suplex.
Man, that's
That's
violent.
hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I know.
It was me. I'd started it. So
Yeah.
Trevor always starts it.
He always
Anything is a
does.
bad idea in this podcast, Trevor started it.
That is true.
Definitely some exciting stuff coming up though. Last week I was stressed out of my mind because I didn't think I was gonna get everything ready for the tournament. This week I'm feeling pretty good. I got a lot of printing to do tomorrow.
I got the paper.
Um,
I did.
Yeah.
Tag
I
team.
got the cards.
I
Best
got a lot
doubles
of
team in
printing.
the league.
because I got to print all the like check-in papers, scorecards, stuff like that, and cut those out. But that's it. Then all I got to do is Friday morning, I might actually try to set up flags tomorrow and see if they fit in the van built, so they don't have to set them up.
I don't think they're gonna fit in the van built. Maybe if you run them up the middle.
That would just be way easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, it would be way easier.
But we'll see.
Coming from a guy who's built a lot of flags.
Or do you think I can leave the flags set up overnight
out there? Probably.
I would think
at
so.
all the courses?
Probably. Who's trying to steal a flag?
Well, now that we just
Now that
told
we've said
thousands
it.
of people,
Don't
Nah,
do it.
I'll tear 'em down.
Don't do it.
I'll
Yeah,
tear
we're
'em
gonna
down
tear him
every
down. Like,
I might leave him
can't
on
wait
his own
Here's the thing. I went to a college that like kids would pride themselves on stealing stupid signs and hanging them up on in their dorm room. Like that was like a thing. It was like a trophy.
That just sounds like college.
A sign that would say like bathrooms this way. Like if it was a campus owned sign, that would make it their goal to hang it up in their dorm room.
I've got a
bunch of
Camp
idiots.
Hideaway sign that says,
So you're one of them.
I didn't steal it. It was on the
you
disc
stole
golf
it, dude.
course,
You
and I was
stole it,
doing
man.
course cleanup, and coach was like, well, since it's off the tree, it's trash. I was like, I'm keeping this. It says like something loop 1.8 miles.
That was a trail sign.
was a
Somebody's
trail
still
sign.
lost out there. to this
they're
day.
still lost.
They didn't know it was a loop. They just kept going.
They would know it's a
They've
loop.
been walking in the same circle because they didn't tell them it was a loop.
I don't know. I just have that sign. I
Dang it,
remember.
Hunter.
That is very
It's in my
funny.
closet. I forgot I had that till right now.
Man,
All right,
I'm
well, thanks
turning
for
that
tuning
into,
in. I don't
I'm
have to
turning
make
that
the
into
call.
the police.
You
I
don't
don't
have
have
to
to make that
call
call for this week.
I would like to say something really quick.
Oh my gosh.
I'll make that call.
I'll make that call right now.
All right, you make the call.
Andrew Sims, you're a nice guy. It's okay that you're not that good at disc golf.
This is a dark horse guy.
Oh yeah, do you owe us?
It's okay.
Who do you owe coffee? We didn't even go over Dark Horse.
That was all I had to say.
We tied, but you won.
So Connor
who
owes
is
me
Andrew
coffee?
Sims?
He knows who he is.
Oh man, like a direct message. I like
Hey,
that.
You owe me
Welcome to
coffee.
Connor's Corner.
Yeah, everybody owes me like a million things for the last.
I do owe you
6 weeks.
coffee.
I think if Connor buys all of us pizza, we're even. Everyone's even.
I don't feel
I don't-
like that's true.
If
I
Connor,
don't
if
want your
Connor buys pizza,
handouts, man. I do this for sport.
if Connor buys pizza, then everyone's even.
Here's
we
the
all
thing.
forgive each other's debts if
If
Connor
you
buys
let me
pizza.
take home the fillet knives, we're even.
Take home the fillet knives?
Yeah.
I'd rather you take them home than. And
If you let me bring them over to the new place.
no, you cannot take them home. Absolutely not.
Dang it.
You'll stab one of us. But
Probably-
Connor, if you
probably
buy us all
myself.
pizza, then
I
everyone's
am
debts
not
are
the
forgiven.
one to buy us pizza. You owe us pizza after what happened today.
Yeah, you guys.
See,
can
here's the
cancel out,
difference.
maybe.
Here's the difference. You were aware of the pizza bet before it started. I was 2 hours away.
Nobody knows about any. of
Here's the
these things,
difference:
so,
is that
like,
there was never a pizza bet involving me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy
no.
was buying us free pizza, and you said, "Don't worry about it, man. I got it. I'll toast a slice."
And then
to
we
you."
said, if you lose this week, you owe us that guy's pizza that you refused to get for us,
and then you lost.
and you lost, and you didn't. I think that's what
What?
happened.
Did we say that?
Yeah,
We definitely did not say that.
you told the guy you'd buy us pizza and toast a
Go
slice.
back
to him.
in the
I
archives.
told
man.
him.
Pull up the Instagram.
Let's not
It's
do
a-
this on the podcast.
This is on the podcast.
No, here we are. We're here.
Here we are. This all happened on the podcast.
All right.
They've been a part of this since the beginning.
It did happen on the.
It happened on the podcast. We're making the call on whether or not Connor owes us pizza. That's the make that call.
Make that call. Are we
remember.
owed
I can't
a pizza?
remember.
Are we owed a pizza from Connor? How many DMs do you get from people trying to be your dark horse pick?
Don't talk to me.
He's scrolling for so long.
I can't remember what his name was. Oh yeah, I remember who. Oh yeah, it's Andrew, my friend Andrew.
The guy you just called out?
No, this is different Andrew.
Different Andrew.
Andrews are attracted to my social media.
Ah.
He said, I know the other guys vetoed the whole paying for coffee thing, but send me your Venmo and I'll get you guys some pizza money.
Okay.
And I said, all in all, I'm proud of you. I appreciate the DM in the first place. Don't worry about getting us pizza. I will buy myself pizza and toast to you. So
I think we
So
probably
he-
went
he-
spin zone on you.
He
And
offered all of us
and
free
I already
pizza.
bought myself pizza earlier
He offered all
last
of us
week.
free pizza. You lost. And then you turned down the free pizza he offered all of us.
I'm not going to make a viewer pay for pizza
Trevor,
for
I'll
us.
let you make that call. Does Connor owe us pizza?
How about
I'm
this?
gonna make
Just-
this call.
how about
Connor
this?
either gives us the pizza or he goes to prison. It's
How
up
about
to
this?
him.
Just go to the base level of our Patreon and watch Bogey Bro Banter, and that will buy us pizza.
No. You owe us pizza.
All right, I'll buy you pizza.
just a little Caesars.
Just a little-
Just a little skeezies.
Yeah.
I can't.
Just a small pizza.
I can't buy pizza.
Just a small pizza.
I'm allergic.
$10. A $5
We'll
pizza.
do a bake sale.
We'll
Raise
go
the
to
money.
let's go to
Okay,
Sam's Club.
okay.
Sam's Club. You can get us pizza for less than $1 each.
All right.
Wait,
50-cent pizza.
That's a thing?
Sam's Club is real cheap. Liz and I will eat
Yeah.
a full
Their
meal
pizza
for less
is
than
good.
$5.
Sam's Pizza might be the best pizza in Lynchburg.
It's freaking good.
All right.
That's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Hopefully you enjoyed whatever just happened.
That's
And we'll talk to you all next week.